What's up, guys? It's your boy, your name, and today we're talking about something that'll make you cringe, gasp, and maybe even laugh a little. Don't worry, we're not laughing at anyone, just with you. Ever wondered how much a simple mistake at work can cost? You might think it's just a minor slip-up, but the consequences can be huge, like forgetting to put the K in 100K kind of mistake, or sending an email to the wrong person. We're talking millions, billions, even trillions of dollars, people. These aren't just small errors, they can lead to financial disasters. Get ready to dive into the most epic fails, the biggest blunders, the most expensive oops moments in history. These are the kind of mistakes that make headlines. We're talking about the kind of mistakes that make you want to crawl under your desk and disappear. You know, the ones that haunt you for days. But hey, at least you'll feel better about that coffee stain on your shirt after this. Everyone makes mistakes, right? So buckle up, smash that like button, and get ready to be amazed, and maybe a little terrified, by the sheer cost of human error. Let's do this. You won't believe some of these stories. Alright, first up, we're blasting off to space. Buckle up, because this is going to be an exciting journey. Picture this. It's 1999, NASA's on a roll, and they're sending a shiny new spacecraft, the Mars Climate Orbiter, to study the red planet. The mission is ambitious and full of promise. This thing was our eyes and ears on Mars, ready to sniff out secrets of the universe. It was equipped with the latest technology to gather crucial data about the Martian atmosphere. They launch this bad boy, everything's looking good, and then, disaster strikes. The excitement quickly turns into a nightmare. The orbiter goes off course and is lost forever in the vastness of space. It was a heartbreaking moment for everyone involved. What went wrong? Was it an alien attack, a rogue asteroid? Theories and speculations ran wild. Nope. It was a simple unit conversion error, a mistake so small yet so catastrophic. You see, one team used metric units like meters and centimeters, while another team used imperial units like feet and inches. This miscommunication led to the disaster, and nobody caught the mistake. It slipped through the cracks unnoticed until it was too late. This little mix-up cost NASA a whopping $125 million, a staggering amount for such a simple error. That's like enough to buy a private island and still have enough left over for a lifetime supply of pizza. Imagine the possibilities. Talk about an expensive typo. It's a lesson in the importance of double-checking your work. Next up, we're diving deep into the Gulf of Mexico, where one of the worst environmental disasters in history unfolded. In 2010, the Deepwater Horizon oil rig exploded, spewing millions of barrels of oil into the ocean for months. This wasn't just one mistake, but a chain reaction of errors, bad decisions, and a whole lot of negligence. From faulty cementing to a disregard for safety warnings, it seemed like every possible thing that could go wrong did. The result? 11 lives lost, countless marine animals harmed, and billions of dollars in damages. The environmental impact is still felt today, a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of cutting corners. Let's hop across the pond to London, where a brand new pedestrian bridge, the Millennium Bridge, was supposed to be a symbol of the new millennium. It was sleek, it was modern, it cost a cool $22 million to build. There was just one tiny problem. It wobbled. Like, really wobbled. So much so that people couldn't even walk on it without feeling seasick. Turns out the engineers hadn't fully accounted for the way people's footsteps would create a synchronized sway, amplifying the bridge's natural movement. The fix? 2 years of closure, 37 fluid-filled dampers installed to absorb the vibrations, and an extra $6.3 million down the drain. It's safe to say they learned their lesson about the power of synchronized walking. Chapter 4. Dot-com doom, the AOL Time Warner merger. Remember the dot-com boom? Everyone thought they were going to be millionaires just by owning a website. Well, AOL and Time Warner definitely did. In 2000, they decided to merge in a deal worth a mind-blowing $165 billion. It was supposed to be a match made in heaven, a marriage of old and new media, but instead of a fairy tale ending, it turned into a corporate nightmare. The dot-com bubble burst. AOL's dial-up internet became about as popular as a dial-up phone, and the two companies clashed like oil and water. The result? A massive $99 billion loss, thousands of jobs lost, and a cautionary tale about the dangers of overinflated expectations. Chapter 5. 45 Minutes of Terror. The Night Capital Trading Glitch. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this next one happened in the blink of an eye. In 2012, Knight Capital Group, a high-frequency trading firm, experienced a software glitch. Sounds innocent enough, right? Wrong. This wasn't just any glitch. This glitch sent millions of unintended trades into the stock market, throwing everything into chaos. For 45 minutes, the market was a roller coaster with stocks soaring and plummeting like crazy. By the time Knight Capital managed to regain control, the damage was done. They had lost a staggering $440 million. That's right, almost $500 million, all because of a software bug. Makes you want to double-check your code, doesn't it? Chapter 6. Sunken Dreams, the Vasa Warship. Let's travel back in time to 1628, where the Swedish Navy was about to launch its newest and most ambitious warship, the Vasa. This ship was a beast, a floating fortress bristling with cannons and adorned with intricate carvings, a true marvel of naval engineering. It was supposed to be Sweden's pride and joy, a symbol of the nation's naval prowess and ambition. But on its maiden voyage, disaster struck in the most unexpected way. Just minutes after setting sail, the Vasa began to tilt dangerously to one side, then it tilted some more, causing panic among the crew and onlookers. And then, to the horror of the onlookers, it capsized and sank to the bottom of the harbor. What went wrong with this grand vessel? Well, it turns out the king, who was obsessed with having a powerful ship, had interfered with the design, making it top-heavy and unstable, a fatal flaw. The Vasa became a watery tomb, a monument to the dangers of ego over engineering, and a lesson in the importance of proper design and testing. Chapter 7. Reach for the stars, fail to launch. The Challenger space shuttle disaster. This next one is a tragedy that shook the world. In 1986, the Challenger space shuttle lifted off, carrying 7 astronauts, including a schoolteacher, Krista McAuliffe, on a mission to inspire the nation. But just 73 seconds into the flight, disaster struck. The Challenger exploded in a fiery ball of smoke and debris, killing everyone on board. The nation watched in horror as dreams turned to ashes. The cause of the disaster? A failure of the O-rings, rubber seals, and the solid rocket boosters, which became brittle in the cold temperatures. The tragedy highlighted the importance of rigorous safety protocols and the devastating consequences of ignoring warning signs. Chapter 8. Fast forward to 2016 and Samsung, the tech giant, is riding high on the success of its Galaxy Note 7 smartphone. It's sleek, it's powerful, it's everything you could want in a phone. There's just one tiny problem. It has a tendency to explode. Like, literally explode. Batteries were overheating, catching fire, and turning these high-tech gadgets into handheld grenades. People were getting burned, houses were catching fire, and Samsung was in a world of hurt. They issued a recall, but the damage was done. The Note 7 became a punchline, a symbol of corporate blundering. Samsung ended up losing an estimated $5.3 billion. Talk about an expensive design flaw. Chapter 9. Remember Blockbuster? Those video rental stores with the blue and gold logo that were everywhere? Well, back in 2000 they had a chance to buy a little startup called Netflix for a cool $50 million. They laughed it off. Netflix at the time was just mailing DVDs to people. Blockbuster, with its thousands of stores, thought it was a ridiculous idea. They thought wrong. Fast forward to today, and Netflix is a streaming giant, while Blockbuster is, well, let's just say they're not exactly raking in the dough. That $50 million missed opportunity has become a legendary example of corporate short-sightedness. Chapter 10. Our final stop takes us to Japan, where in 2011, a massive earthquake and tsunami triggered a nuclear disaster at the Fukushima Daiichi power plant. This wasn't just a natural disaster, it was a man-made catastrophe. The plant, built in a tsunami-prone area, was ill-prepared for the scale of the disaster. Safety measures were inadequate, backup generators failed, and a series of human errors compounded the problem. The result? Meltdowns in 3 reactors, the release of radioactive material, and the evacuation of thousands of people. The Fukushima disaster serves as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of nuclear power and the importance of preparedness. So there you have it, folks. From spacecrafts to smartphones, oil rigs to bridges, we've seen how even the smallest mistakes can have massive consequences. These weren't just financial losses, they were environmental disasters, technological nightmares, and in some cases, tragedies that cost lives. So, next time you're at work, remember these costly mistakes and think twice before making a decision. Stay sharp and stay safe.